Scene 5. So Macbeth is waiting for the English army to attack him, and he's still showing no fear whatsoever. He finds out that Lady Macbeth is dead, and I want you to notice his reaction. A messenger tells him that Birnam Wood is coming towards the castle, and he decides to go out and fight the army. So what do I want you to consider in this scene? I want you to think about the ambiguity or the lack of clarity in Macbeth's speech when he talks about Lady Macbeth and he hears about her death. It's unclear how he actually feels when he hears the news. And I suppose we can question whether his focus is elsewhere on the fact that there's a battle coming, or whether there really is that distance that seems to have come between them from the beginning of the play to now. I want you to think about the influence of the witches. Consider how little we actually see them on stage. 3 times, remember, yet they hold so much power, and we do have references to them. This is a tragedy. Macbeth begins to see the error in his actions here. He recognizes his hamartia, his fatal flaw, that he is over-ambitious. And he knows that his end is coming, and it's coming soon. Shakespeare uses something we call meta-theatre in this section. We are reminded that Macbeth is a character played by an actor, and it allows us to reflect on the part they play and how the story unfolds.
Dunsinane, within the castle. Enter, with drama colours, Macbeth, Seaton and soldiers. There are alarums, which in Shakespeare speak means a great deal of fighting on stage. Depending on the size and bank balance of the company, this scene can be spectacularly bloody.
Hang out our banners on the outward walls. The cry is still, they come. Our castle's strength will laugh a siege to scorn. Here let them lie till famine and the ague eat them up. Were they not forced with those that should be ours, we might have met them dareful, beard to beard, and beat them backward home.
It's ironic that he wants to fight beard to beard, which means face to face, because Macduff has already said front to front. From inside the castle.
Look! What was that noise?
It is the cry of women, my good lord.
Seaton leaves.
I've almost forgot the taste of fears. The time has been my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek. My fell of hair would at a dismal treaty's rouse and stir as life were in't. I have sucked full with horrors. Dionysus, familiar to my slaughterous thoughts, cannot once start me.
Macbeth fears nothing, in contrast to his wife, who is so frightened that she needs a candle with her at all times, sleepwalks, and is full of horrors. Seaton returns.
Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
Lady Macbeth has committed suicide, rather than live any longer with the grief and guilt.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word.
He now slips into a monologue, which best expresses more than anything else in the play how badly wrong things have gone for him. All he sees before him is a meaningless life, no followers, subjects, or queen, yet unable to be killed.
Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow. Creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death.
This image that our yesterdays exist only to bring us closer to death is very poignant, that there's nothing left at the end apart from destruction. The virtually immortal Macbeth sees himself going on and on and on.
Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow.
Then he thinks, no, it's more like an actor who comes out onto the stage to fret and scream for an hour, then is forgotten.
A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage. and then is heard no more.
Again, he thinks, no, it's even worse than that. It's like the ramblings of a complete lunatic.
It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Just when his morale is at its lowest, a messenger enters.
Thou comest to use thy tongue. Thy story, quickly.
Gracious, my lord, I should report that which I say I saw, but know not how to do it.
Well, say, sir.
As I did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move.
Liar and slave!
Let me enjoy your wrath, if it not be so. Within this 3 mile may you see it coming. I say, a moving grove.
If thou speakst false, upon the next tree shalt thou hang alive till famine cling thee. If thy speech be sooth, I care not if thou dost for me as much.
Now Macbeth realizes he should never have believed the witches. Something Banquo knew right from the start.
I pull in resolution, and begin to doubt the equivocation of the fiend that lies like truth. Fear not till Burnham Wood do come to Dunsinane. And now a wood comes toward Dunsinane. Arm and out. If this which he avouches does appear, there is no flying hence, nor tarrying here. I begin to be aweary of the sun, and wish the estate of the world were now undone.
That's the 3rd time he's wished the world had come to an end, because he's not enjoying existence himself. He lives now only to destroy.
Ring the alarm bell. Blow wind. Come rack. At least we'll die with harness on our back.
And so I want you to think about what we learn about the characters. Macbeth's response to the passing of his wife shows a philosophical, thoughtful approach to life and death. He reflects on futility, and the pointlessness of life, and perhaps for him, the pointlessness of a life that results in selling his soul to the devil. This is the first time that Macbeth starts to question the witch's prophecies. A little bit too late, though. And it's interesting that Lady Macbeth isn't seen in this part of the play at all. We only hear a cry within of woman. It's generally accepted that she takes her own life, but we do not know how. Context. Suicide is an act against God, who holds power over life and death. And certainly from a Christian perspective, it would have been one of those unforgivable sins. Consider her mental state. If she chose this as her only way to release her sense of guilt, she couldn't live with her guilt anymore. A stretch yourself question. Where would she go for the sin of taking her life? Is this a better option than waiting for a natural end, given her circumstances? A little bit of research might help you with this one.